So I hear that you're curious about how a phobia can be cured in 60 minutes. Well, you're in for a treat because today Jeremiah is going to do just that with his client Ayla, who so graciously allowed this session to be recorded so that it can be shared with you. Now, if you are somebody who has a phobia or something similar that has impacted you in not so positive ways for decades in your life, you're going to want to watch to the end because this video is going to show you what is possible. And if you are a healing practitioner, you're going to witness what is possible in 60 minutes with our heart-centered coaching methodology. If this is something that interests you by the time you get to this end of this video, check the link below and reach out so that you can start to learn some of the tools used within this session.
Like a big deal for me. So if it can help, it's going to help somebody. So, and I'm all about that.
Yeah. And you were saying to me that like getting blood work is really important for life and for health.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know, so is this technically do you feel like it's a phobia, meaning like when you start to really think about it, you can have a reaction, or it's just like when you get physically close?
Um, Kind of both. Like I started sweating just a little bit.
Okay.
Um, just thinking about just kind of
Heebie-jeebies?
yeah. And then when I'm getting closer, like it's okay, I'm getting a little nervous. As soon as I hear that rapping, I start sweating. It's it's just like almost attached to blood, guts, and gore. It's like the same. It's like, freaks me out.
And specifically has to do with needles.
Yes, that is the big one. I mean, blood, guts, and gore kind of. I can't watch TV shows with it. I can't do it.
So it's not necessarily needles exactly, because like there's like putting stuff into the body, taking stuff out, but it's more what's in the body. If your body was filled with air, would needles be an issue?
Not as much. It's the pokey, the sharpness.
And is it that's what I'm trying to understand. Is it the pokey, the sharpness of like I'm trying to like say it from really far away, like somebody else like entering, penetrating the body, or is it the pain, or is it what it represents, or a combination?
It's definitely a combination. The pain that comes with it, the pokey sharp, what's in it, it's just like, oh God, that's blood that came from me, and that came from that sharp needle, and ugh.
Let me ask you this. What does that mean if you see blood? Blood means what?
My unconscious mind says death.
And so one drop is death? How much equals death? Because we know logically we have, I don't know, is it like 8 liters, 8 pints, something like that. We got a certain amount in our bodies. Maybe it's more. I don't know how much we have, but we have X amount of blood in our bodies. And if we had zero blood, we'd be dead. If there's less than zero blood, you know what I mean, be dead. But if we had a couple of drops off, that wouldn't, because we have natural healing things. And if you're not, um, yeah, if you don't have any like clotting issues, hemophilia or anything like that. So how much blood equals death? Let's find out according to your unconscious mind, because I'm curious.
The first thing that comes to mind is not a whole lot, which I know doesn't make sense consciously, I guess. I don't really know consciously.
Yeah. So not a whole lot. So what is a lot? Figure out what a lot is. Because if your unconscious mind knows that not a whole lot equals death, then it knows what a lot is. So what is a lot in, how are we going to measure that? Is it like in cups? Is it in liters? Pints?
I'm hearing a cup or two.
Okay. So a cup or two is a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Okay. And not a lot of blood is how much compared. So we got, let's just say 2 cups. This is zero bloods, 0 cups of blood. This is 2 cups of blood. This is 1 cup. So it's right in half. How much is not a lot? Is it more or less than 1 cup?
Less a quarter
Okay.
cup.
So 1/4 cup equals death, according to this part.
Yeah, that feels right.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense consciously, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. How did this part come to decide that 1/4 cup equals death? Because if that was true, again, I'm going to speak from my point of view, having like an EMT background and working with people and understanding a lot about the body, not only from like a biological standpoint, but from corrective exercise movement standpoint. I have a lot of experience with bodies and a lot of experience with this body too. So in the real world, technical world, medical world, 1/4 cup logistically, physically doesn't kill people. So knowing that, which is totally fine, like I'm not trying to convince or correct this part, but I want to know how this part came to that measurement and that conclusion based off of what, I'm not going to say evidence or science, and just what had to happen in life in order for this younger part of you to say this amount of blood equals death. And if that was the case, I can understand the fear. 100%. Like that would be crazy if God designed us where like anything could, like a flat tire could, if you get a flat tire, then you'd have to throw away the whole car. Well, that would be poor design, and that would be like scary to drive probably for some people. You know what I mean? Like if I get a flat car, I got to get rid of this whole tire, or a flat tire, I got to get rid of this whole car, and I spend this much money in the car and work this hard for it. So how did this younger part of you come to that decision? What had to happen in order for that to happen?
I just keep seeing myself in this room. It's not giving me an answer, but it's just like in this room.
So you were in this room in real life?
Yeah,
Okay. Is there anybody else in the room?
some ghosts.
Okay. So just you and ghosts. Is it like a medical room or something different?
It's a basement.
Okay. So it's a basement. Ghosts. Just you. How many ghosts?
3.
Okay. Lights on or off?
They're on, but it's kind of dim. It's not really well lit.
Okay. Is it a room that you recognize?
Oh yeah, it
So whose room was it?
was technically mine at the time.
So your basement room.
Yeah.
Did you like it was your bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. So so I'm just trying to get like all the pieces of the puzzle, the players of the game. So did this idea of 1/4 cup of blood equals death come from the ghosts or come from you or somewhere else?
Somewhere else lands, but before you said that, it said a combination. That makes
What is
sense.
that a combination? Your unconscious
Combination
mind,
of the ghosts and me.
your unconscious mind said that or something else?
My unconscious mind said that, and then you said or something else, then my conscious mind landed on that.
Got it. Conscious mind did or unconscious mind?
Oh, unconscious, sorry.
Okay, just want to check. Okay. If there was one of the ghosts removed, would that change? Like if there was a third of the ghosts removed, which is 1/3, which is one of three. So if one of the ghosts were removed, would it remove 1/3 of the fear?
No, that actually increased it.
Okay. So let's ask the divine to come into the room and just be with that younger you, the presence of the divine.
Hmm.
What's the first thing that comes up?
It's just kind of an acknowledgement, but just kind of like, yeah, I know you're there.
The younger you is doing that?
Yeah.
Cool. Ask the divine to illuminate itself so that there's no shadows in any nook or cranny of that room. So essentially, the divine fill up every square inch of that room with its consciousness and its light.
It's taken a while. Okay.
Was there any resistance to that?
Yeah, it just seems like there was more and more, I don't say darkness, just kind of like a dimness, damper kind of feeling. Yeah.
So how does that feel for the younger part of you now?
Less lonely.
Less this, more like, yeah, you can stay.
Yeah, just like, okay.
Okay. If the presence of the divine were to put the divine hands on either holding your hands, touching your feet, or gently like embracing your shoulders, what would that do? How would that feel?
Mm, not as alone.
So alone is one of the biggest, one of the biggest problems.
Oh, yeah. My conscious mind knows that too.
And if you ask the divine presence to completely surround the aloneness, loneliness, however you want to frame it, so completely surrounded on all sides, actually touching it, and then going inside, completely filling up the entire loneliness with the consciousness, the unconditional love of the divine presence now,
Mm,
without trying to change it, just filling it up, going inside.
just brought a lot of happiness right now. That was cool.
So what does that change to the room? How does that change to the younger part of you?
She just feels complete because, like, lonely just to me means separate, but
Yeah,
now it's
yeah, yeah.
complete. There's no, yeah,
No room for loneliness because loneliness can only happen outside of the divine presence
right.
and far away from. The farther away, the more lonely. It's how it works mathematically, spiritually, mathematically. So then let's circle back to talking about the quarter cup of blood. How does that look, feel like now?
Gross.
For that younger you?
Yeah, maybe even not consciously, but just me now.
So the quarter cup of blood is gross.
Yeah.
So that which keeps you alive, gives transfers nutrients, oxygen, and gets rid of waste is gross.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be outside my body.
According to,
Well, I know consciously it doesn't make sense, but I hear medical science,
but how does medical science get to understand and know blood and do blood tests without being outside the body? No, I'm very just curious. I'm not, again, I'm just
it,
curious. What does that part of you say of medical science? And like, well, how can medical science study blood and measure it and help people with what's going on if they don't extract it and put it in their instruments and then get the reports and then communicate and then help?
I just keep hearing, well, it's not supposed to be out there. I mean, yeah,
Has that part of you asked the divine itself, God directly? God, is blood ever supposed to be outside of the body or my body?
there's just some kind of, it's just silent. Not in a bad way, but just peaceful silence.
What would happen if you asked the divine to completely surround all of your blood?
Hmm. I heard there's healing in the blood.
And if you had that presence, divine presence going inside of every cell of your blood, what would that feel like to have that presence flowing through you with every breath that you take and every beat of your heart?
It's hard to describe the feeling, but I hear, oh, I just lost it. I just lost the words.
What's the feelings?
Like newness. Like I don't, it's not my own blood anymore. It just
Well, where
kind
did
of,
you get your blood from originally?
I'm just speaking from the unconscious mind because none of this is going to make sense consciously, but my mother,
And where'd she get it from?
her mother,
Where'd she get it from?
her mother,
How far back did that go?
from the time of Adam and Eve.
Okay, and where did they get it from?
God.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So intrinsically, you got your blood from God originally.
Yeah, so I have his DNA.
So it's more weird to not have God in your blood than it is to have God in your blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just something weird with it being outside.
What if it
It
was outside and it went inside somebody else and saved their life?
shows my blood has power.
And nutrients and life force
Hmm.
and healing properties.
And then I just heard because you, especially because you take care of yourself. I just keep seeing that quarter cup of blood.
Can you hand it over to the divine?
You put it back in me. That was funny. I don't see the cup anymore.
How do you feel now with needles?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I mean, it's not like it's not the blood part. Ugh, it's the sticky, pokey going into a vein.
So, how do you feel about blood, guts, and gore? Is that what you said before?
The blood is fine, but not the guts and gore.
Okay, let's go into guts and gore. What is guts and gore? Because this is just my mental map. When I think of guts and gore, I think of like pumpkin and you take all that stuff. And that's how we said little, like the seeds and the goo, like, oh, this is gory and slimy. We threw it on each other. It's little pumpkins, yeah. But what's guts and gore? Let's do gore because like kind of guts makes a little more sense. What's gore?
Internal organs where they're not supposed to be.
And then what about guts?
Kind of the same thing.
Okay. And is there such a thing as in guts and gore where they're not supposed to be? And could it be where they're not supposed to be as far away from the divine?
Not getting an answer on that, but what I'm getting is not supposed to be is outside the body, it's supposed to be inside the body.
Yeah. Is it outside the body right now?
Yeah.
It is? Like your
Well,
physical stuff?
no, just the mental
Mental
realm.
guts and gores, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would happen if you asked the divine to put the guts and gore inside the divine's body?
Hmm. Then I see an empty shell where the guts and gore was originally came from.
And how's that feel?
Not great. I mean, it's better that it's not there, but it's not great that this thing is just like an open corpse.
What's the thing that we're talking about?
Oh, the guts and gore. It's not as bad, but like this corpse, this dead person, just all cut up and it's just lifeless.
And if you have the divine that has that corpse's gore and guts within the divine and have the divine step into the person's body, what would that do?
It's weird. It's like still dead, but it's got life.
Like a Frankenstein, like a vampire, like something different.
It's just, it's not moving. There's no signs of life, but it has life in it. Like the spirit's there, but there's no life, which doesn't make sense.
And if the spirit went with the divine back to the source,
Yeah, it's just now it's just the corpse is just like an object.
and can it do its thing like in the physical world? They has some sort of like because there's like if you really think about it, like human bodies never stop moving ever, ever. And so human bodies come from essentially nothing, but that's not true. It comes from parents and then it has to do with earth and but it comes from somewhere. There's a source. But then even when we're resting, we're not breathing. But even let's just say when the body's dead, there's still movement. There's still like things breaking down, and then eventually it breaks down into the earth,
Hmm.
and then it gets kind of recycled, which we came from our ancestors and predecessors, and we're help building our whatever they're called, the opposite of predecessors, or whatever the other word is for future generations. So if that body kind of breaks back down to the natural cycle of nature, then how does that feel? Reintegrated into all that is as the divine sees fit.
It's interesting. It disintegrates into the earth and now there's flowers there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is. Hmm. Yeah, that's definitely better.
So we're good with blood right now.
Yeah.
Good with guts and gore.
Hmm.
Then there's something over there far away right now called needles.
Hmm.
It's different. My question is, would needles still be an issue if, well, let me ask you this. First question is that younger you that has a divine surrounded and inside of it and illuminated every square inch of that basement room still in the room?
Yeah, but she's just kind of resting on the bed.
Does she need to be in the room or does she need to be, is there anywhere through any space and time within the universe that would serve her the best, according to the divine?
Yeah, it'd be good if she, oh wow, okay. It'd be good if she wasn't locked in there.
Just have the divine scoop her up and then just walk her through whatever and then transport her to the best space and time and place that would give her like the maximum like healing, love, nurturing, focus, attention, and acceptance.
She's in the spirit realm, which I know we're all in the spirit realm, but she's in the spirit realm.
Cool. How's that feel?
Lighter.
Mhm. Great job. And then back here on Earth, there is the either that needle that's there, needle. Is it one or all or is it one particular?
One particular, but there's like a bunch of them, like in a pack.
But there's one needle that rules them all, so to speak, that if it wasn't an issue, then the other ones wouldn't be an issue.
That and the pain that comes with it, because it
Mental or
conscious,
physical pain.
it is actually physically painful because I don't know, it's just it is painful, and maybe it's the nerves that come with it.
Or maybe contracting.
Yeah, yeah, that. My vein has apparently moved when they try to poke me. Not surprised.
Yeah, they can hide.
Yeah, they have to go through my hand because of it.
So, if you were to imagine the divine presence of God just using the divine hands and just grabbing a hold sacredly and gently of the needle, just holding it, what does that do?
Nervous, like anticipation and fear.
And if the divine's holding you and the needle,
Mm-mm. It's like
not holding you down, it's just like putting a gentle hand on you. There's no, it's not even sticking your body or anything. It's just literally the divine holding the needle and then the divine over there just touching you, holding you, and in between you as well, between you and the needle.
there's still some nerves, but it's like a little calmer.
And if the divine can surround and go inside your entire nervous system and illuminating that with the divine flow of life.
There's still some anxiety.
And anxiety is kind of fear of the unknown, or this is what's going to happen in the future and I don't want it to happen in the present.
Yeah, the fear of the anticipation is what I'm getting.
Anticipating what specifically?
The pain and the needle going inside something that it shouldn't be inside.
According to,
Not really get an answer.
ask the divine, is this even you?
No.
Okay. Ask the divine to completely surround and contain whatever that which is not you now. Completely contained, surrounded by the protection and the presence of the divine.
It's pretty angry.
And that's fine. And then it can be shrunken down to the size of like a thimble and gently escorted, or however the divine wants to do it, back into the source of all that is, of all creation.
It is not happy right now.
It can be not happy with the divine. Oh,
Yeah, it's just like, no.
but that's
It's
okay. Like,
funny.
who's resisting it? Nobody's resisting it here.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot lighter. Yeah, it's brighter.
So before that was taken away and transmuted, there was the a thought saying that like needles don't need to be in where they're not supposed to be or something like that. How do you feel about that now? Differently.
The thought's not there. It's more like a foreign object doesn't really belong, but it's not one of those, oh, it shouldn't be there. It's just kind of, that's foreign. This is my body. Foreign in body.
But what it's made out of, you have elements within you, you have metal in your body.
Yeah.
So essentially the metal is outside and inside your body. And sometimes on your body. Yeah. So we do have metal outside, on, and inside our bodies.
And then I'm hearing, but it's not sharp.
And if it wasn't sharp, how would that work? That'd be very painful.
Yeah, that would be.
Blunt needle.
That would probably destroy the vein.
hmm And it would push like through the skin until it broke, and that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to, it's the if I'm okay to talk about it, the needle
Yeah.
is like beveled at a 40, more than a 45-degree angle. So it's supposed to just kind of like enter at an angle to do the least amount of like it kind of moves away. And I've worked with people before and I've seen people before who've like their blood vessels go like that
Mhm.
when the needles come. And I've also been on the other side of the spectrum where like ask my unconscious mind, my body to allow it and just give it permission, and then like the blood vessel and blood veins can actually move, so the needle actually can enter.
That's cool. Huh.
So that is a possibility. Of course, we have to have all the other needs met before that happens, but that's a possibility. So, so there's metal outside, inside, and on. Okay, what's next?
It just hurts. Sharp, it hurts.
Okay, how old is that part of you that feels the pain?
Hmm. I'm hearing t Oh! Oh! I think we found the root cause. When, wow. When I was a baby, I had a couple holes in my heart, and they did a not exploratory surgery, but it was one of those experimental ones that had really good success. I think I was the third in the United States to have it done. And they went up through an artery and into the heart and put a spring, and it essentially saw it as foreign and it closed up and healed my heart. And I don't have heart problems anymore. And I was two. It's just crazy it's manifesting now and not my whole life.
Because you're in a place where it's safe enough to be able to come up and become healed.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Huh.
That's what's interesting to kind of like about the cycle of trauma. Like people, I've been studying trauma for decades and help people every day, of course, with trauma. And trauma is such an interesting word because trauma, according to who? Trauma, according to a 2-year-old, is different than like a 70-year-old, a 40-year-old, 25-year-old. So, how much life skills, how much life experiences, how much resource, there's so many different factors of how trauma gets calculated, measured, impacts us. And so some of the things that makes the least amount of sense are the youngest, deepest parts of when trauma came when we were unresourceful, didn't have a lot mentally going on in the world. We've been recording for, 2 years. That's not a lot of time. 2 years is not a lot of life. And especially younger, like there's 50 to 52 is way different than 0 to 2. It's what
Hmm.
I learn. Um, But a lot of the situations when we have these experiences like this, we go through these experiences where the other people, they could have their fears or worries or concerns, or sometimes, doctors, they just do things like a computer, like surgically, and not necessarily with heart, like with their heart in it. And then even as a 2-year-old, because sometimes people treat, like I don't treat babies or like children like they're really, really young. I treat them like little beings. And so I'll talk to a baby with English, like, and I know it can read energy
Hmm.
and it can feel connection because energy is the universal language, but it's also everybody's first language. And so we can ask the divine now to completely surround this 2-year-old part of you, not only during this time period, but let's just say during birth and then every single day up to this experimental surgery and have the divine go into the surgeon, go into the baby, go into the parents, completely surround, fill up, go inside, and take over every aspect of this experience in more ways than the mind could even imagine. The divine going around and inside the heart. And having the divine, I like to have a golden paintbrush, and then you paint the holes on the inside with this golden divine light that heals, connects, completely takes care of. And on both sides, the inside of the heart and the outside of the heart. And so where there once might have been looked at as a weakness is now a strength for the divine to not only be, but also come through into your heart and into your life and work through you, for you, and those around you. If there's any unconscious, energetic, umbilical cords that need to be cut or released, it can be now, all at once, or one at a time, or whichever works best now.
It kind of all makes sense. Like something sharp had to go through, I think it was my foot, which had to go in my vein.
To save your life,
Oh. Yeah. And our first language is energy. Well, my parents were really frantic and worried about me.
because that's the best that they knew how.
No. And I didn't know what was going on. It was
The
almost like
person,
something was done to me, even though I know better now.
even though it's done for you,
It was done for me.
the experience that is done to you.
Yes. Which just kind of makes sense. Just thinking about needles, it's being done to me. I know it's being done for me, but it's being done to me. They are sticking me.
To you, the 2-year-old you.
Yeah. Hmm. It's very interesting. It's crazy.
So what would happen if the divine would gently, whether it's inside, outside, and in between, just pick that 2-year-old part of you and then placed her in your arms now?
She knows I'm safe, so she wants to fall asleep.
And can she come inside and fall asleep?
Yeah, she's resting.
And she can stay there with the divine as long as she would like, and as long as it takes until the time comes when she could gently or slowly or quickly grow and merge up into the current moment, age, and time period that you are in right now, but only as quickly as your unconscious mind and the divine can reevaluate and reframe everything that needs to be taken care of for you so that eventually the three could turn into one totally integrated divine present being now, whenever the time is.
It's like she's the rest part of me. Like, rest just. Because I've always felt guilty for resting, which is silly. It's very interesting.
I feel human beings are the most interesting thing on this planet by far. But most people, they have no idea how multidimensional we are and how deep we can go. And the more deep we go within ourselves, like, I mean, that's the major exploration. It's not necessarily space, it's ourselves. And as people are waking up, more and more of that, it's people are finding more and more about themselves. And there's like nothing for everyone's particular point of view or everyone's particular experience as a human being. There's nothing more important than themselves and self-discovery. Not the ego, but the true self, the neo.
Yeah, I'm finding I'm learning more and more about myself, just constant. Very interesting. Hmm.
How's it feeling inside right now?
I'm more peaceful, resting. Just oh, content. That's nice.
And how do you feel about needles right now?
It's not as intense, but it doesn't like it. It's like
What's it that doesn't like it?
me?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, let's just ask the divine to completely surround and go inside of it and see what's what and contain and shrink down and remove anything that which is not you or no longer useful to you.
Hmm. It was me, but it was the teenage self not getting her voice heard. Man, this is like so many parts. They all came together to
Help you?
yeah. You're not listening.
So give a megaphone. Megaphone to the part and then giant ears to you.
Okay. That's pretty loud.
But the ears can turn it down so they don't get it's more of a metaphor, but doesn't have to
Yeah,
be.
that's better.
Yeah,
That's
more of a
better. It's like,
metaphor.
wow, all right. You're
Yeah.
obnoxious. Hmm. The only thing that's left is it just doesn't like it.
What doesn't like it?
Hmm. I guess still the teenage part just doesn't like it. Doesn't like the needle, the pain that's going to come with it, the prick.
So ask the divine to completely surround and go inside of this teenage part. Just connect her to the presence of the divine. 100%.
Hmm. Start to get
And ask the divine to remove her like at least 50 to 100 feet away.
and she's pretty small now.
And if there's any cord that's in between you and her, let that be cut now because cutting cords just makes it fresh, clean, divine slate.
Okay, she's gone.
Let's circle back to the needles. Is there anything or anyone that doesn't like them anymore?
Yeah, right here.
And what is behind that?
My heart.
What's it trying to communicate?
It hurts.
Okay. How does it hurt?
The sharp.
So, since pain for 100% of time for 100% of human beings means pay attention, what is it that this sharp pain needs you to pay attention to now?
Keep saying it's gonna hurt.
The needle's gonna hurt?
Mm-hmm.
You know that 100% total certainty?
Mm-hmm.
All parts of you? Or just this part?
Hmm. Guess it's just that part.
Yeah. Because I've had needle work done recently, last two times, didn't really feel it at all.
That'd be really nice.
And I'm not resisting anything or blocking anything off. Definitely like relaxing, allowing my body. Like I know, and I'm communicating to all parts. I'm like, this is why we're here. This is why I'm here. And like I'm actually excited, looking forward to getting the results. And
Yeah.
I go into a very deep. This is where hypnotherapy is going to be really great for you too, because I use always hypnosis, self-hypnosis, but then for other people, like with Amanda in the past, like I've done hypnosis with her and just really, really works. And the hypnosis on a high level is just really going into peripheral vision,
Mm-hmm.
connecting with the divine, because that's always great. And then letting your body know it's just like this is what is needed to get this information. And it's just working with it. And of course, you do the work, which we're doing now in between, and see if there's any parts that need to get paid attention to and 100% focus, which is what we're doing. But if this part was out of your heart, not your heart leaving, just this part that was out of your heart and into the arms of the divine and giving whatever pain there is, was, or could be to the divine in exchange for awareness, consciousness, and understanding.
Her name is anxiety. The part.
And what if the divine renamed her? Like, what if her name was Angel, for example?
Mm. That one doesn't fit, but it's very, very close. It's more of an energy that I'm feeling. It's kind of light, peace, love, purity. I think her name's Purity.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And that can that part of you just remain with the divine?
Yeah. Why is my vision all blurry?
What is it that you need to see next?
Hmm. I'm hearing what's right in front of me.
Which is what? First thing.
Hmm. A fence.
What's it made out of?
Wood.
How tall is it?
Taller than me. 6 feet.
What's on the other side?
Hmm. Someone else's lawn that doesn't have a fence.
But what happened if the fence was no longer there?
It's like this glass wall
Between what and what?
between my yard and their yard.
Who are they? What's the significance or the metaphor?
The neighbors.
Is the glass wall for safety?
Yeah, protection.
Is there a real threat or a perceived threat?
Perceived.
And if you ask the divine that's on this side of the fence to multiply itself and go on that side of the fence as well as on top and in between and inside of the fence itself, what would that do, sound, or feel like?
Kind of disintegrates the fence. Hmm. It's like it's no longer there. Hmm. Yeah, on the other side, it's a lot lighter feeling. Like the energy is not as heavy. Hmm. There's some things I need to step away from my childhood.
You can do those things all now with the divine's help.
There were just so many dark energies in that house, and I knew it. But I also didn't want to leave when we had to move.
I also didn't want to leave when I had a
Had to
house.
move.
Yep, I was like 10 years old and had to move because my family was moving, and what am I going to do by myself as a 10-year-old? And there was this witch that was in like their ceiling or attic. And she used to come like make really loud noises down like when we were sleeping, and it happened when we were sleeping in the in between, and she would like make really loud like boom 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 loud noises, then open the door and basically grab we had a bunk bed and grab us by our feet and then started pulling us up the stairs, and then we'd wake up in a nightmare, and I had the dream, my brother had the dream. Like
Wow.
right. And it wasn't until I talked to my dad about it. My dad had a lot of light, and he told like we had to basically how to confront it like with God. And I did. And once I did, in the spiritual world, the majority rules. So me and the divine versus this evil witch, so to speak, overcame one. And then she like once we got confronted, she never did like it was gone out of the house. So you can ask even now for the divine to like completely contain the entire house
Mm.
and go in it room by room or all at once or just like a big golden orb around it and then remove everything back then, even now, if there's anybody still living there, anything left over, let's just ask the divine to clear it for everything or everyone.
It's like it was contaminated and needed, I don't know, this, I can't remember the term. It's like sectioned off and it's like infested, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
And he's just spraying his infested spray. I don't know what it's called, but
Yeah.
it's good enough for me.
But I remember not wanting to leave that house because that was all I knew.
Yeah.
And it was like my whole world and house. And then when I did move, ended up didn't being a little bit better because moved from like a violent ghetto neighborhood to all of a sudden within a block radius there was 4 pools that I could swim in.
Mm.
Ghetto to ghetto fabulous. No, it wasn't ghetto. Wasn't ghetto was like a middle class area, but like two pools in this block, and then the next block there was a pool touching. The next block there was a so within like a 1 block radius, 4 pools, swimming pools that we can swim in underground. That was just like felt very nice and luxurious.
Yeah. I I was homeschooled most of my childhood, and then I finally got into public school, and as soon as I started getting rooted, I got uprooted and I never fit in. And then I joined the military and left. So it just wasn't, I guess, just a good experience overall.
Huh.
Dang if I do, dang if I don't. So, yeah, maybe that's what it means. Yeah, because I never I didn't belong, but now I do.
When you find your place and your people.
Yeah.
And some people, like you hear the term, some people peak in high school. Some people like high school is as good as it gets for some people. And some people just don't have the best experience like myself in high school and then just crescendo and crescendo, and crescendo infinitely. So I'd rather be on that track than high school being like you're the most popular person and everyone did your homework for you and blah blah blah, world's your oyster, and then get smacked at 19. It's just like, oh, reality, you know.
Yeah. No, things have just gotten better and better. And like most of my life, there was these themes of not belonging, not fitting in. And yeah, it started to change. When I met my husband, everything changed. Like that pattern was broken.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's past now. It was in the past.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
It's
how do you
crazy
feel? Go ahead.
it's crazy how it's all connected.
Mhm. Deeper you go, the more you'll see that everything is connected between you and me.
That's crazy.
And how do you feel about blood work, drawing blood for yourself, for the results to increase your health?
It's almost like a happy neutral. Like I'm going to be happy to get the results, which has always been the case. I get excited. Um, the room is a lot lighter. There's still little thought, is it going to hurt?
There might be a sensation, and what's wrong with that?
Pain.
Which means pay attention. And if you pay 100% attention to your body, you're doing it with the divine and you're doing it like focus on your body. That's the best equation for the least amount or no pain. The best strategy for maximum pain, resist it, keep the divine really far away, and flex like a bodybuilder. Ugh.
It was pretty close to that too. It's
Uh,
look at my fans.
yeah, check them out.
Ugh.
So
That's
that
yeah.
was the old strategy, which makes sense. Like, it would be the maximum pain. Again, resistance. Like you're not putting that in me. I'm a flex, and then God far away. Like, I can't think of a better way, except for maybe being like on a back of a bumpy ride or something like that.
Yeah, it was bad. It really did hurt. It made me scream, which again is very embarrassing.
Which is coming from like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, I guess she would scream.
Hmm.
Yeah, babies always scream when they get poked, from my knowledge.
Here. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is nobody like give me a heads up. Nobody's like kissing me on one arm, and there's like so many things now, like whether it's like a dentist or whatever, sometimes people like I went to the dentist once and there was this new thing they were putting a needle in my gums for like Novocaine 'cause I needed to get
Yep.
surgery, but then like they were like tapping me on one arm and not like EMF or ETF or whatever that is, not tapping, but they were just like tapping and they started doing that and she was like focusing on me. And I was like,
Hmm.
what's going on? It's like, oh, it's this new thing that we're doing, like all this research out. So I can't remember like neuromuscular adaptation, but like you put stimulus and it's kind of like a cadence. You put stimulus over here, and then so they were tapping me over here, and then with my gum, they were like shaking it like we do
Mhm.
baby cheeks, like woo, shake cheeks. So they were doing that, and then it went in, and it was like so much different and so much better. So. But it's not, how do I explain this? It's not to distract. It's not like focus, avoid, avoid, what's this? What's this? Because then that's resistance. But it was like actually giving stimulus.
Hmm. I'll have to try that because I am getting some dental work done. They're actually going to put me under anesthesia. So.
They could, or see if one person say, "Hey, can someone tap me here? Just tap me before, during, and after." And the other person, when you do it, like just shake my cheek.
Because I know at the dentist they did shake my they would and then they did this to my
Yeah.
cheek, but
It's
no
giving different stimulus to the brain because the brain can only focus on so many things at once.
can I do it to myself, the tapping, or has to be someone else?
You can. I would. It's better if it's somebody else for tapping, but like maybe you could do like like pinky, ring, middle, pointer, pointer, pinky. Like you, if you try like some dexterity thing like this, or like focus, like say pinky, like that could even work. Pinky, ring, middle, pinky finger, or finger too. Pinky finger, ring finger, because then you have to do more. Pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger,
Hmm.
middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. So maybe like try it like back and forth, or then if it gets used to that, like pinky finger, ring finger, pinky finger, middle finger, pinky finger, pointer finger, pinky finger, thumb. Something like that. Like that might work too, along with the shaking. So, but tapping yourself, the issue is you know
Mm.
you know when it's happening here with the left hand, and then you know you anticipate it. So it becomes like cadence, like, and
Hmm.
it's really kind of hard to do random with yourself. It's possible, but when somebody else does it, they're not going to be 100% in cadence. The rhythm's going to be off a little bit. So that's where that works better if somebody does that for you. But then if you do something like this, like you can try out even everything's like you can do kegling or squin. Kegling's better than squinching the cheeks because the cheeks could tight, the glutes could tighten up other things. So just do kegels, and then like that.
Hmm.
That would be probably enough stimulus for you. But you got to make sure you're not doing it to avoid it. I'm not doing this to avoid it. I'm doing this because I'm focusing on this.
Okay, yeah,
I know
that's a
this is
better.
happening, but I'm gonna focus on this. Not try to, yeah, resist at all.
It definitely was a lot of resistance as much as I tried not to.
Yeah, you
So,
had no choice because it was the only option as a 2-year-old. But with pain, the thing with pain, it 100% works. The more you're open and you're confronting it and relaxing into it, the less pain happens because pain only happens when you need to pay attention
hmm.
in life. So worked with so many people, so many things with like all kinds of pain, and the only way through it is in it. And you actually go into it. There's a way to actually go into pain. And the more you do, like, it's the unconscious mind communicating. You need to pay attention. But if you're paying attention ahead of time, there's no need for a lot of pain. Sometimes you feel things with nerves, but then even that, it's like if you do feel 10% of the pain that you did last time, let's just say some pain, okay, like I welcome you. Like you're welcome. The needle is welcome. The pain is welcome. The nurse, whoever's doing is welcome. The tests are welcome. The blood is welcome. You're welcome to a little bit of my blood to do what you need to do. Welcome to regenerate it because that's what my body does. I'm welcome to confronting things. So the more you're open and welcoming to that, it works so much better.
Yeah.
Pain means pay attention. So pay attention to the pain, but then pay attention to what's behind the pain. Where's the pain coming from? What's the message?
Hmm.
And just let yourself know, I got your back, body, no matter what. Younger parts, if there's any still, like at any level, just I got your back no matter what. I'm not going anywhere. And you can consciously connect with the divine and consciously be there, hold space for all of you. Like if there's pain, cool. Guess what? Guess who's not running out of the room? Me.
I'm staying here. It's happening.
Yeah. And one thing helps too, like you can send the divine ahead of time to wherever you're going to go, like to the room,
Hmm.
building, the road, the car. And then once you get there, send the divine into the person. Ask the divine to surround and go inside of the person, go surround and go inside of me. surround someone, go inside of the room. So I'm in the divine's in me, the divine's in this person. That really is awesome and helps, and you give them a blessing. They may or may not know it, most likely not consciously, but unconsciously, they're gonna get a blessing just by you being there. I do that all the time because I'm not gonna like put some negative energy to somebody who's gonna help me. I bring the divine, ask the divine to like bless them, help them today, help them like to work through them. Be the giver through them, be the receiver in me.
The only thing that's coming up now, and I think it's around the anesthesia, is I don't know. Like if the needle is too big for my vein, like it would stretch it.
No, veins are elastic, but no. No, they know. They do what they can. And it depends on like how much like the needle size depends on like what's going in or what's coming out and for how long. Um,
Mhm.
but they'll know. And you can always ask to give me your best person. Give me your most gentle, your best and most gentle person. I do that like energetically, and I also do that physically.
Yeah, because I really like the orthodontist I saw. I have a lot of peace about it. So yeah,
I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too. I appreciate it. That was really multi-layered. I didn't know where it came from.
That's how it works when I help people, phobias, allergies, needles, things like that. Sometimes 30% of the time it's a one and done thing, a one event, one internal representation, one particular thing. But a lot of times it's layers. Like, and that's why people don't get the help that they need, or they try things they think like, all right, like the ego grabs a hold onto it, our conscious mind, and says, like, I'm trying this thing and it should take care of it. And where for me, like I know we're going to take care of it because you said, like, you signed up and you said, yep, I want help. I want to do coaching sessions. So I know you're going to be taken care of because I know my history, track record, trust in the divine resources that come through. I have 0% like preparation mentally. I only prepare myself. I have the time on my calendar. I make sure the Wi-Fi and everything's going.
Mhm.
I make sure I have my needs met. Because and then starting off like literally it's a conversation, how are you doing, and then it naturally unfolds, and then I do my thing and we find out where it is. But at the beginning, like when we're clearing one thing, like I never think like this is it. I'm just like I always check. I always check, and I'll check as many times as it needs to. But that's what's so interesting that you're experiencing. It's sometimes layers and multidimensional, and it takes as much as it's going to take, and to be able to partner up with a good team like you and I to be able to do that, that's just what it takes, especially when it comes deeper psychological or deeper spiritual. It is. And so yeah, it's just fascinating.
It is, and I appreciate it because it's like, wow. It's crazy. It's like it's not this one thing that this happened, so now you're this. It just I
Correct.
don't even remember it starting. I remember not liking it, but it's like
Started or not theoretically, technically it started at that surgery at 2, but that's not enough. You had to have other experiences of other things to make it what it is. It's a recipe, and all the ingredients matter, and all the ingredients need to get, taken care of. And sometimes there's less ingredients, sometimes there's more, and who cares? Like it is what it is. Like it's sometimes you taste delicious things and it's like one thing or two things. Sometimes it's 16, and I mean, hopefully all organic and good ingredients and body can digest it, but you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. Yeah, it's like not just salt, it could be pepper too.
Mhm.
Plus the quality of meat. Yeah.
Or Italian seasoning, which can be like 4 seasonings, and to make them one. So yeah,
Yep. Wow, that's crazy.
great
I
job.
appreciate it. Oh my gosh.
Seriously, how magical was that? This is the type of stuff that happens every single day in our coaching sessions. And if you are interested in learning similar tools and techniques for your own clients, please check out the link below and also comment your biggest takeaway. We would love to have you join our community, and there's really, truly nothing better. Of course, you can always check out these additional videos to get a deeper idea of what our methodology can do for yourself and your clients. Thank you for sticking to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.